Good day, dear listener, and welcome to the Novitero podcast. We have an exciting show planned for you. But before we get too far, a word to the wise. Novitero contains swearing, allusions to sexual themes, as well as themes of minor violence. A more in-depth description of this content as well as the transcript can be found in the description. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy today's episode.
Excuse me, Valzin? It is Valzin, correct?
Yes, it is. Can I help you?
You seem to be the most reasonable on this ship. Would you mind answering a few questions for me?
Of course.
The person we're meeting to acquire the false invitations your Lutiga insists upon. I'm curious about them. Your captain referred to them as the Matriarch. By this, does she mean that this person is her mother?
Oh, no. You see, the Matriarch
the Matriarch is actually one of Cap's many past lovers. You see, humans have these things called kinks, and at times they refer to their bed partners with the same names they use for their parental figures.
Truly?
No. Well, yes. Well, kinda. The human relations bit was somewhat factual, though I don't think anyone would call their lover Matriarch. But they're making things up again about Cap and should be ashamed of it.
Matriarch, mommy, who's counting the difference?
Not you, 'cause I'm quite sure you can't count.
Excuse
To finish answering your question, Cesa, the Matriarch is an old friend of Lutiga and Cap's. She purchases the weapons we, pick up.
Friend is a generous term.
Oh.
So she is not your sexual partner, mother, or your friend? What exactly is your relationship with this person?
Sexual... what? Mother? Valzin, what have you been telling her?
It wasn't. I didn't. Medic...
Regardless of whatever gossip these two have been spinning, no one on this crew's relationship with the Matriarch is of your concern, Princess.
If the galaxy was a better place, we wouldn't have any relationship with her to begin with.
Do you have to be so ungrateful?
Considering there's nothing to be grateful for in the first place, I think you're using the wrong word there, T.
If you have such a clear distaste for this Matriarch person, why are we using her services instead of another's?
Well, we don't exactly have a lot of options. Those invitations are going to have to be convincing. And there are only 2 people I know that have enough skill to do it right. It just so happens the Matriarch is lucky enough that her primary competition is even more of an asshole than she is.
Plus, we've got a bunch of weapons and all that Senex ore to pawn off to her.
2 turtles, 1 sledgehammer.
That is not how that expression goes.
Is it not? Perhaps the Earthling slang book I purchased on Zaparian is outdated.
Or something like that.
All right, that's enough. We're approaching the planet's exosphere.
Right. Valzin and Medic, go ready the cargo. T and I will take care of landing this bitch.
Yes, Captain.
Yeah.
And what about me? What shall I do?
Just keep sitting there and looking as stunning as you are is enough help for me, Princess. Thanks.
Oh, Southern Star, the smell of this place is abysmal.
Whew. It certainly is not an inviting scent.
I know, isn't it great?
All right. You 2 are in charge of looking after Cesa, while Lutiga and I go deal with the unpleasantries.
We're not coming with you?
No.
But
There's no but about it.
Cap and Lutiga always meet with the Matriarch alone.
Whatever you 2 are doing is probably boring anyways. We'll have more fun out here.
Just stick close together and try not to start any fights, Medic.
I would never.
Uh-huh. Ready, T?
As I'll ever be.
What can I get for you?
Unless you've got a nice shot of an all-expenses-paid vacation on a beach planet, nothing for me right now. Thanks. I'm looking for someone.
Aren't we all?
We're here to see the Matriarch. We have business with her.
Yeah, sure you do. The Matriarch don't deal with tiny scraps like you, so can I get you a drink? Or should I show you the door?
You must be new. Look, I get you're being a good thug, but you gotta let me and my pal here in to see her.
So you can what? Sell her some cookies? Get out of my bar.
You're really looking to have me shove that bottle you're holding up your ass, aren't you?
No, but I'm thinking about bashing it up the side of your... Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am, Well, no, I just... But... Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I'll do it now.
That sounded like a fun conversation. Trouble at home?
If you'll follow me.
You know, I think we will.
And you thought Medic would be the one provoking fights.
You've redecorated.
I have. Do you like it?
No.
Can't say I'm surprised.
Took you long enough to get your minion to let us back here.
Well, I didn't want to spoil your fun.
We have another shipment for you. Plus, a little something extra.
Oh?
Sinex ore. A pretty large amount of it, too.
Wow, aren't I a lucky lady? I miss your sense of humor, Cap. We were friends once.
So I'm told, but I've yet to find the evidence.
Right. I'll send someone to inspect your ship to see what your total...
Don't bother. That's our total. You give us that, or we find someone else to sell to.
I really wish you wouldn't be so hostile with me, Cap.
You don't want me to be hostile? After what you did. Your lucky tea and your deep pockets were enough to convince me to even be in the same room as you. What you owe us, Matriarch. Or, that may change.
Will that be all?
No, unfortunately. We still require another one of your services.
What's this?
An invite to be Artoil's bash.
Well, I can see that. I'm not blind, Cap. How'd you get this?
Let's just say I got it off a friend. We're planning a raid. Pickpocket a few of these partying elites and walk away with more dough than any job you've found for us.
And what's this to do with me?
Given the extensive detail of that invite, I'm guessing having Lutiga shift into looking like its owner won't be enough for the security they'll be holding at the ball. We need 4 more copies. For me and the rest of my crew to be able to fool any security we run into.
No.
What? You can't do it?
More like won't. This is a suicide mission if I ever saw one. I thought you were smarter than that, Cap.
I tried to tell them.
What? You don't think we can do it?
Oh, I have no doubt you can, but you'll be making enemies with far more power than the ones you typically deal with. You'll be hunted. You'll barely be able to set foot on a planet without someone vying for your capture.
Okay. Do me a favor and stop pretending to care about our well-being.
Cap,
We have an opportunity to get enough money to finally fix our problems. Problems that, I must remind you, are your fault to begin with.
I'm not going to enable you to endanger your lives that severely for a quick buck.
Oh, that's really fucking rich coming from you.
I'm not changing my mind.
You are so goddamn typical. You're sitting there, acting like you care about our well-being. But what have you really done to help us? Because last I checked, Lutiga is still having her headaches, and you've been doing shit all but give us shitty low-payout grunt work. If you really fucking cared, you would actually help. You would make those invitations. But you can't even do that for us, can you? Because all we are to you is expendable. I can't believe I actually thought we could ask you for something like this.
Cap, calm down.
No! Fuck calming down! She's been using us this whole time! How does she have you so fucking convinced?
Cap, please.
You know that isn't true.
Well, it damn well seems like it.
I will not help you on your suicide mission.
Then I guess I'll have to find someone who will.
Did we make a mistake, Lutiga?
We didn't have a choice. After this war is over, everything will go back to how it was.
Please protect yourselves until it does, Lutiga. Promise me.
I'll try.
Novitero is a Goose Thunder Network-produced podcast. Today's episode, The Matriarch, was written by Sterling Ray and Amber Holtz, with sound editing by Cole Burkhardt. Music was composed and performed by Benny James. The voices you heard in today's episode in order of appearance were Lanessa Tremblett as Cesa, Tal Minear as Valzin, Brad as Medic, Jona Lune as Cap, Nicole Tuttle as Lutiga, Ian Irving as the Bartender, and Aurore Gautheur as the Matriarch. Want to continue to stay up to date on all things Novitero? You can find us on Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram at Novitero Podcast. That's NOVITERO Podcast. If you're enjoying the show, tell a friend, and consider leaving us a review on iTunes, so we may continue to spread our story. Can't wait for the next episode and need something to fill the gap? Consider checking out one of the other many Goose Thunder Network shows. There are stories about space, superheroes, mafias, and more, and we're sure you'll find something to enjoy.